Historical context, Gesta Danorum, and historical debates. Lagertha's tale originates from Gesta Danorum, Deeds of the Danes, a patriotic work of Danish history, written in Latin by Saxo Grammaticus around the early 13th century. This expansive work is considered one of the most important medieval texts regarding Scandinavian history, offering a mix of factual data, mythological accounts, and the author's own interpretations. However, Lagertha's historical existence is debated among scholars. The period in which she supposedly lived, often referred to as the Viking Age, spans approximately from the late 8th century to the early 11th century. This era is characterized by the extensive exploration, commerce, and raids conducted by the Norse people. Still, the historical record from this period, especially concerning individuals' lives, is sparse and often intertwined with folklore and myth. Saxo, known for blending history and myth, portrayed Lagertha with a complex mix of traditionally feminine and masculine traits, making her a figure of fascination and debate. The lack of archaeological evidence or contemporary written records mentioning Lagertha complicates the matter, leading to discussions about whether she was a real historical figure, a literary invention, or perhaps a legendary character based on real-life shield maidens of the time. Legendary figure. As a legendary figure, Lagertha occupies a unique space in both historical and mythical narratives. She's often compared to other powerful women from Norse mythology and legends, such as the Valkyries, the mythical female figures who chose those who would die and live in battles, according to the mythology. The tales surrounding Lagertha often highlight her bravery, strength, and cunning, traits that were highly respected in Norse society. These stories, passed down through generations, contributed to the rich oral storytelling tradition of the Vikings, a tradition known for its sagas recounting the deeds of legendary heroes and heroines. Her enduring legacy in modern pop culture, especially with the popularity of the Vikings TV series, underscores her status as a legendary figure. She represents the timeless themes of struggle, power, and defiance against traditional gender roles, making her a subject of interest far beyond academic circles. Fierce Shield Maiden. The concept of the Shield Maiden, a woman who chooses to fight as a warrior in battles, is well documented in historical texts and Norse mythology. While historical evidence is scarce, these women are said to have fought alongside men, which is significant in understanding the societal structures of the Vikings and their views on gender roles. Lagertha is described as a warrior of exceptional strength and bravery. Her martial prowess is not just symbolic. She's depicted as a skilled fighter, participating in battles and showing tactical genius. Her role in battle was not that of a bystander, but as a key player influencing the outcome. Her depiction as a shield maiden also challenges the modern-day perception of historical gender roles, showcasing a culture where women could earn respect and status through combat, a pathway traditionally reserved for men. This aspect of her legend continues to inspire and resonate with modern audiences, symbolizing empowerment, courage, and the ability to defy societal expectations. In all these facets, Lagertha emerges as a multifaceted figure, whether real or legendary, embodying the Viking Age's complex cultural narratives and continuing to captivate people around the world. Strategic alliance and marriage to Ragnar Lothbrok. Lagertha's relationship with Ragnar Lothbrok, another prominent figure in Viking lore, is notable not only for its romantic elements, but also for its strategic implications. According to the tales, Lagertha and Ragnar met during a war, and her skills in battle impressed Ragnar so much that he sought her partnership. This union illustrates the political and tactical alliances formed through marriage during the Viking Age, often done to consolidate power, secure alliances, or gain strategic advantages. Ragnar Lothbrok himself is a legendary Norse figure, known for his many raids and battles, and like Lagertha, there's debate among historians about the extent of his historical existence. Their story, filled with love, power, and eventually separation, adds a personal and political layer to Lagertha's legend. It highlights her role not just as a warrior but also as a strategic thinker, capable of forming alliances that could shift the balance of power. After their separation, Lagertha's story didn't end but evolved, showcasing her ability to rule and lead independently of her legendary husband, a noteworthy deviation from traditional expectations of women during that era. Rule as an Earl and Warrior. Following her time with Ragnar, Lagertha is said to have become an earl and a ruler in her own right. She governed her lands with the same ferocity and strategic mind she displayed in battle. Her leadership, especially as a female ruler in a predominantly patriarchal society, is significant. It suggests a complexity in Viking society's understanding of gender roles and power, where leadership was not solely a male prerogative. Her rule also speaks volumes about her multifaceted character traits. She was not solely a warrior, but also a leader, a guardian, and a justice enforcer. This period of her life highlights her wisdom and fairness in governance, showing that her strength was not only physical, but also lay in her charisma and leadership abilities. Modern-day portrayal in media. In contemporary times, Lagertha has been brought to life through various forms of media and art, the most prominent being her portrayal in the historical drama television series, Vikings. Played by Catherine Winnick, Lagertha's character is a complex, strong and independent woman, a skilled warrior and a loving mother, reflecting the legendary tales but also expanding upon them to create a relatable and inspirational character. This modern portrayal has significantly impacted Lagertha's cultural relevance, introducing her to a global audience and sparking renewed interest in Viking history and culture. The character's depth, her struggles, triumphs and tragedies, resonates with modern viewers, making her a symbol of female strength and empowerment. Her character in Vikings also prompts discussions about historical accuracy in entertainment, the representation of women in history, and the myth versus reality aspect of legendary figures. Through this modern lens, Lagertha transcends her historical and mythical roots, becoming a contemporary icon, symbol of female empowerment and strength. Lagertha's story, whether rooted in historical fact or blossoming from the soil of myth, has grown into a powerful symbol of female empowerment. Her portrayal as a fierce warrior and leader breaks the conventional chains of gender roles, not just in her time but resonating powerfully today. In a world where women often fought, metaphorically and literally, for recognition and respect, Lagertha stands as a beacon of defiance against such societal norms. This legendary shield maiden ruling as an earl and partnering with one of the most famous figures in Norse mythology encapsulates the spirit of resilience and autonomy. She is celebrated as a woman who took control of her destiny, a narrative that profoundly resonates with contemporary movements for gender equality and women's rights. By embodying both vulnerability and strength, Lagertha represents the multifaceted nature of empowerment, illustrating that strength can coexist with compassion, leadership with partnership, and martial prowess with motherhood. The mystery of her historical existence. The line between history and legend is often blurred, and Lagertha's existence is the subject of this enduring enigma. While she features prominently in the writings of Saxo Grammaticus, there's an ongoing debate among historians and archaeologists about her historical authenticity. Was she a real figure whose deeds grew into legend? Was she a myth birthed from the amalgamation of stories about Viking women? Or perhaps a literary device used by Saxo to convey complex themes and narratives? This uncertainty doesn't overshadow her impact. Rather, it adds to her intrigue. The mystery surrounding Lagertha prompts deeper exploration of Viking history, encourages critical thinking about sources from the past, and ignites imagination about the lives of those in the Norse world. Whether fact or fiction, Lagertha's story serves as a powerful tool for understanding the culture, societal norms, and people of the Viking Age. Legacy. Lagertha's legacy is a tapestry woven from the threads of history, myth, literature, and modern media. As a character in Gesta Danorum, she provided insight into the societal values and gender dynamics of the 12th and 13th centuries. As a legendary figure, she fueled the imagination of countless generations. Her tales preserved in the oral tradition and later in historical texts. Today, her legacy is revitalized through popular culture, most notably in the Vikings TV series, where she continues to inspire audiences worldwide with her courage, intelligence, and indomitable spirit. Moreover, her story influences contemporary discussions about gender, leadership, and equality, proving that the tales we tell, historical or not, have power in shaping societal values and perspectives. Ultimately, Lagertha's legacy is defined not by the certainty of her existence, but by the enduring impact of her story. In her, we find a reflection of our own struggles, aspirations, and the timeless quest for identity and autonomy. Through Lagertha, we explore deeper questions about history and its preservation, about the heroes we choose to celebrate, and about the ways in which past narratives continue to shape our present and future.